Yo, it's Thomas Anthony from FinishBetterMusic.com, and today what I want to talk to you about is choosing the right key for your song, along with the right tempo, but mostly the correct key, because this is going to be a huge impact on how the track turns out, what kind of vibe it gives off, and if you're playing club tracks, how deep and how sexy the bass is going to sound. Let's get into it, baby.
Mississippi putting it down, I'm the hottest round. I told y'all mother, y'all can't stop me now. Listen to me now, I'm lasting 20 rounds. And if you want me, then come on get me now.
So what made me think about this topic and why I wanted to make a video about it is because I write lots of club music, and I also write lots of kind of like pretty like chill melodic stuff, and there are definitely differences between both of them. But one thing I notice with the clubby stuff is that you want to pick a key that's going to give you the sexiest bass line. And to do that, let's take a look into the DAW and I'll explain exactly what I mean. So this is a project that I am working on currently. It looks crazy and super gigantic right now, but I have just been remaking it. It sounded a different way, and we're just changing up the drops so that you like. I'll just give you a quick little a little listen to what's going on here. Let me make sure I mute that. I am currently muted on my headphones. There we go. All right. All right. So this is All right, so this is a project that I'm currently working on. It looks super crazy. There's like 3 basses and drums, 2 sets of drums, and all this crazy stuff. But again, it's just some other material from another project, and I'm just trying to rework it. It's a song with my homie CeeLo. We're working on this to release it somewhere. But while I was working on this, I was redoing the bass, and it really made me think of how important it is to really nail the key of the track you're in. Typically, so let's look at this like circle of fifths here, or the camel mix wheel. So if you are a DJ, you'll probably be familiar with this, but there are a lot of club tracks in F and also in F sharp minor. So the F, for me, F and F sharp, those are my favorite keys. The bass line just sounds so sexy and juicy in there. And this track that I'm currently working on is in 7, which is D. Now let's just take a look at those notes from a bass line perspective. If we listen to this, so here's kind of like the bass line that I have. I'll let you listen to hear the track so that I have going on here first, so you kind of get an idea of what I'm working with.
I'll find the reason.
Call on me forever. Drop it. Call on me forever.
So you get the gist of it. Now, when I was writing this, or when I was getting this bass line together, the root note is in D. So if we play a D on the keyboard here, and if I switch it up to this view, this is a kind of a whirly bass. It's got a kind of wobble to it. So this is a D, it sounded okay. But then also, if we play an F, we can hear that that's a lot warmer and a lot sexier. And F sharp is just a lot like sexier. So if we look at this is going down really low to 37. And yes, you can feel that really hard, but from my experience, it's been really difficult to really bring out the upper harmonics of this bass, and that's something I'm currently working on. And this is why key is so important, because if you choose something in D, you're going to have a harder time, or like D flat, for example, you're going to have a harder time kind of getting a bass line that is really going to pump out like a really strong sexy vibe to it. Why I like F is because it's like in the middle between, if you have a bass line in A, for example, so this is an A, this is going to sound great on like car stereos, and it's going to sound great on like laptop speakers and stuff like that. But when you go down to the Ds, they just can't replicate, like computers and speakers and even headphones to an extent, can't really replicate the low end that well. So that's why I like F. It's just a good mid-range between the highs and the lows. And again, like stuff like this in clubs, and A's in clubs, they don't really pop off as hard. Like they just don't have enough impact. So to overcome that, you either have to layer this bass, which something that I've been working on to do with this, to kind of give it those upper harmonics. And I have this patch from the original version of the song, so it sounds like this. Still super duper low, but I'm gonna cut off the super lows of that, and then I'll probably end up layering it with this, so we get, as opposed to this. This is gonna get people's ass moving in the club, but this is gonna get just gonna give it a nice little coloration to the bass. So if I combine that with the kick, which is here, sounds a little bit better than this. And where I have my little fucking, what is it, the like lead thing over top of it, I'll probably turn this bit off for this bit, so when it goes into it, it'll be like,
calling me forever. Drop it.
probably not going to use an OTT. We'll probably get some saturation and put that on top of there. So this is what I really wanted to talk to you guys about. Also, too, knowing that this is really low, so it's hitting at 37 hertz. When I go for my kick, which I found a really nice one in the Noizu pack here, this is hitting at a G. So G is still in the key, but it's not hitting at the same time, so those frequencies aren't really going to overlap. And also, it still gives a cohesive little, like, a cohesive bass line and kick drum together, but at the same time they're not really in the same frequency range, so I'm still sidechaining them, but it will just give a nice effect. Like, the kick will actually be higher, so it'll have lots of nice punch to it, and then the bass will kind of like fill out that low end area. So I just wanted to share that with you today, and yeah, make sure you really pick the right key. I also like G minor, I like F minor, I like F sharp minor. Those are my kind of go-tos. I like A minor for songs that are more chiller. E minor is okay. I just find it really hard to get good, nice sounding bass lines in those keys. So yeah, that's what I've been working on a bunch of sweet and clubby tunes. I am pivoting what I'm doing here over the next little bit, because honestly, I don't think clubs are going to be open until 2022. So club music, I have a bunch of releases, awesome releases that I've lined up before that, so I'm keeping my release schedule locked down and tight. I'm keeping that locked down and tight, but I am kind of pivoting over the next year to really develop this brand of just more melodic music that does well on Spotify, that people can listen to over and over again. I have a couple songs on Spotify that have over 1 million plays, and they're all like more chiller tunes. I think Tom Steiner just hit 1 million plays, actually, so that's awesome. But people listen to it over and over again, and I don't really have to do anything. The Spotify algorithm just does all that stuff for me. So I'm going to write a couple more songs like that. And yeah, I've just been upgrading the studio. It's been really shitty with this over here, the fucking virus. Oh, I have this nice sexy virus, which I really love, but I went to update it and there's no update available for Catalina. And I went on their forum and there's so many people chapped about the not being able to use the virus, because I wanted to get some nice unique sounds into my productions, but that ain't happening. But I did get this sexy, oh yes, standing desk. I'm gonna make lots of videos on this standing desk. Oh, I've never had a standing desk before, but it is sweet. I just like that I can just sit here, and then honestly, this is where I do most of my mentoring calls. Well, it's where I do all my mentoring calls, but yeah, no, it's awesome. You just sit here, crank it up, get into it. Making tunes on it is really sweet too. You get to move around. You're like, oh yeah, I'm doing my thing. Got my stuff on lockdown. So that's been really sweet. I like studio upgrades. Everyone likes studio upgrades. But I want to get my virus set up. And then also what's really been sweet is the homies over at Excellent Sound just sent me over their new pack. It's the Bangarang pack. Whoa. So good. It's not the Bangarang pack, it's a Skrillex pack, but one of their remakes in it, and I went through all their remakes, and they have Ableton templates or Ableton projects where you can go in and look and see exactly how they remade the song. And I A-B'd it to the song, the original Bangarang song, and it actually sounded better. I mean, obviously their production gear has improved over the last couple of years, since Skrillex wrote that, what, in like 2011 or something, or 2010 or something like that. So obviously production techniques have gotten better, but man, it sounds better. Like that's impressive, guys. Like, I know you guys probably check out these videos, so that's impressive, man. Big ups to you guys. Let's actually go check out one of that song in the DAW right now. Let's go. Seriously, I am super duper impressed. They did a remake of exactly how to remake one of these sounds in it. I think it's the burr, burr, over on their YouTube channel. Go over and check them out. I'll link them below. I'll link the pack below. It comes out, I think this Tuesday or something like that. It comes out really like soon. I'll link that down below too. Definitely go check it out if you're into this kind of music, and even if you're into just looking at how things are remade, which I find super duper interesting. There's just a wealth of information that you can get in here, along with all their badass racks and stuff on here. Like, look at these guitar racks and their drum group rack and their Vox group and this crazy drop group. Super sick. But let's just listen to it. So the build. Like, I mean, it's uncanny how crazy this is, and they give you all of their crazy little overdrive effects and all that kind of stuff. Their little chain for the fat rack, which is pretty cool. Like, you can listen to it A/B it like. Well, why is this not A/Bing? Oh, that's because that's for the elephant stuff. Oh, it's on here. Oh, I guess they don't even have. Oh, it's on the actual channel, so they have it on this. Like these super sweet things, like this. Sounds okay. Way more epic with that stuff on it. But what I found was super interesting was just, I love looking at the layout of the song. So like even in the guitar section, so this is just an audio stem in there. But where was the other thing I found interesting? Oh yeah, this in here, the end bit. Where is it? Where is it? This bit. I just love looking at like the actual notes behind a thing. Like that was cool. Do 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 do. And like this, the do 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 do. And just how sick that sounds. And then like even like these things, just how they layer stuff to really, really bring out that all those sounds. Like just really, really, really awesome. And just how to kind of organize and structure a track. And then you could apply this to all your stuff. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Looking at all those projects that have been remade and going through all the stems. And I have a song coming out next week that I made a bass house tune from all the sounds from their pack, which I'll be sharing with everybody, explaining exactly how to do that from start to finish, how to make a sweet bass house drop in the style of like Mala. So that'll be next week. And yeah, it's been super awesome. Last like little bit has been sweet. We just launched FinishBetterMusic.com, where if you are interested and you want some help from myself and the other instructors, Frank, on how to create, mix, and master a song from start to finish, make it sound super badass, yeah, hit us up. We're here to help. We have awesome reviews on our program. You can check out everything, what our students have to say, what kind of music they're making right now, and just how much fun they had to open the course, because it's super duper awesome. And so that's something that's interesting to you. There's a link at FinishBetterMusic.com to apply for a strategy session, and that's where we just chat with you. It's about an hour call, see what your goals are, see how we can help you, and we figure out a blueprint for exactly how to get you to your goals, and then we can decide whether to work together or not. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely check it out. Also follow me on Instagram. I'm always updating some stupid stuff that I'm doing in the studio. But yeah, till next week when I have this song, we will talk. Peace.